Hi guys, this is a short video lecture series on diuretics which will be covered in 6 different parts. What is diuretics? Diuretics are the drugs which will cause net loss of sodium and water in the urine. And diuretics, it will be mainly acting on the four sides. The first part is proximal convoluted tubule. The second part is thick ascending loop of Henle. The third part is distal convoluted tubule, and the fourth part is collecting duct. So coming to the normal physiology which is happening in the proximal convoluted tubule, the most important mechanism which has to happen here is production of the hydrogen ions. How these are produced? The water and carbon dioxide which is present in the lumen, it is readily soluble and it will enter the proximal tubule cell, which later will be acted upon by carbonic anhydrase type 2 which will produce hydrogen and bicarbonate. This hydrogen, it is antiported with the sodium ions. By this way sodium is absorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule. The hydrogen which is present in the lumen, it will react with the bicarbonate to form carbonic acid, which will be reacted upon by carbonic anhydrase type 4 to form water and carbon dioxide. The sodium which is absorbed in the proximal tubule cell will be secreted into the blood by two main mechanisms. First one is sodium potassium ATPase pump. By this, 3 sodium and 2 potassium will be exchanged, and even there is a symporter which is sodium bicarbonate symporter which will pump 1 sodium and 1 bicarbonate into the blood. And even the bicarbonate which is produced by the carbonic anhydrase type 2 will be antiported with the chloride ion. Next, coming to the ascending loop of Henle, there is a symporter which is sodium, potassium and chloride symporter. It will transport 1 sodium, 1 potassium and 2 chloride into the cell. And on the parallel side, there is a sodium potassium ATPase which will pump 1 sodium and 1 potassium. So sodium will enter into the blood and potassium will enter into the cell. And this potassium which is entering into the cell will be secreted into the lumen via potassium channels, and the chloride which is absorbed will be secreted into the blood via chloride channels. And even in the ascending loop of Henle, there is different ions absorption like magnesium and calcium which will be absorbed via peritubular space. So the most important class acting here is loop diuretics, which is furosemide. So next, coming to the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct. Most of the mechanism acting here is almost same. There is a receptor on the luminal side which is sodium chloride symporter which will transport sodium and chloride into the cell, and this sodium and chloride will be entering into the blood via sodium potassium ATPase and the chloride channels, and at the same time potassium will be secreted into the lumen via potassium channels. And the most important thing here is aldosterone. This aldosterone, it will bind with the mineralocorticoid receptor and it will act on the nucleus which is present inside the cell and produce mRNA which will produce aldosterone induced proteins like epithelial sodium channels which will transport sodium inside the cell and even the sodium potassium ATPase. So what are the things which is going to act here? The first thing is sodium chloride blocking, which is done by thiazide and thiazide-like diuretics, and even aldosterone antagonists like potassium sparing diuretics. Even magnesium and calcium will be absorbed via the peritubular space. Next, coming to the classification of the diuretics, first class is high ceiling diuretics which will be acting on the sodium, potassium and 2-chloride symporters. The drugs are furosemide, bumetanide and torsemide. Next, coming to the medium efficacy diuretics which will be inhibiting the sodium chloride symporter, which is benzothiazide, example hydrochlorothiazide, hydroflumethiazide and benzthiazide. Next, the thiazide-like diuretics like chlorthalidone, metalazone, zepamide, indapamide and clopamide. Next, coming to the weak or adjunctive diuretics. The first class is carbonic anhydrase inhibitors like acetazolamide. Osmotic diuretics like mannitol, isosorbate and glycerol. Next, potassium sparing diuretics like aldosterone antagonist, example spironolactone, eplerenone, and epithelial sodium channel inhibitors like amiloride.